Hello RC fans, Racing 393 here for part 2 of my RC10T build. So before you settle down and watch the video, I thought I'd just go over a few bits and pieces that we're going to go through in today's session. So at the moment, the car at the beginning of the video is like a rolling chassis, and what I intend to do is install the electrics and get it up and running. Now the electrics in this car, I've sort of splashed out a little bit, like pushed the boat out. I've gone deliberately for what I think is actually quite good product. Now this setup in this truck, ideally you should transfer it from car to car if you're using it to race, etc., because they're quite high quality components, and one of which I've never used before, so interesting for me and for you guys. I mean, they're not brand new. I mean, I'm particularly talking about the electronic speed controller. So I think it's been out a year, but it's not a typical hobby wing speed controller. Yeah, so in this video we put it all together, pieced it together, come out, you know, spoiler alert, it came out pretty good. I'm pleased with it, and it's a genre of RC car, buggy if you like, which I never really had that much interest in, but over recent months, years maybe, there's been a lot of these stadium truck type-esque vintage collectibles around, like well, the RC10 GT, and at the time of recording this video, not when you'll see it, but at the time of recording, Team Associated have just announced that the RC10 GT is going to be re-released. I spent many years collecting and buying RC10 GT, the originals, off of eBay and wherever I could find them, and I've got tons of bits. I've got actually three complete trucks plus spares to make another 2 or 3. And I bought the parts when they weren't so sought after, so I didn't pay huge amounts of money for them. Now, interestingly, prices have gone up over the years of the RC10 GT, and now they're going to re-release that kit. Have I got one on order? You bet. It doesn't come with an engine, and interestingly, it's that OS 0.12 usually, or 0.15. Is it called the SG short? What's the SG crank? What's that stand for? Short. I did remember that, but it's that motor which you can still buy, but it makes me wonder if they're going to re-release another engine to go with the truck, because Team Associated are quite passionate about this truck. And if you've ever watched their YouTube video, their recent one about the rekindle interest in stadium truck racing, which is, from what I can read, nevertheless on decline. So you're trying to pursue or promote a genre which is not really there as it used to be, and then you're not supplying an engine that people can just bolt in and use. I know there is, but it's not a simple case of doing that, is it? If you're going to spend $400-500 on a kit, you want to be able to buy an engine that goes into that kit. But big news, interested I was, and I've bought one. It's not due at the time of recording this video, February, which is in the future. Although when you see the video, it would have already been delivered. So there'll be a video coming up in due course. But on to this video. So we're going to finish up this RC10T as a rolling chassis and electrics. Yeah, and the next sort of stage, I suppose, will be for part 3, just for another spoiler alert, is we're going to get all the electrics put in and tidied up and the body shell mounted. But sit back and enjoy the video, because it came out quite nice in the end, and let me know what you think of the bits that I've put in. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm just wondering whether you would be as well. So I hope you enjoy the video.
Okay, so welcome to the second video of my RC10T build. Just a recap. It's a rolling chassis, all built up. The servo. We've got a battery holder for a shorty. The motor's in, but it's not wired. I've just put it in the chassis at the moment. As you can see there. So that'll need to, well, I don't need to take it out, but anything else? I did the front steering crank belt. I did it up much tighter. I think that's what it was. It wasn't tight enough. Now I've got a load of stuff for this now, which can go on, which I'll go over with you. Where should I start? Right, let's get some stuff out of the box. So one of the first things, I don't know if I mentioned this, I can't remember, the Reef servo. You can download software and change things within the servo. So I've got that. I haven't used it yet, so that will need to go on a computer. I've got some things here which have just been delivered today. So we've got that. So we've got some pretty cool stuff in here. And, you know, I think it is anyway. So we've got a selection of pinion gears. Don't know which one I'm going to need yet, and I might not even need any of these ones, but we've got like a 19, 20. We've got a 19, 20, 22 and 23. I think I got a 21. Did I get one of them? I don't think I did. So we've just got hardened pinions. Again, that's just as and when. Got a Sanwa receiver. These are so expensive. I mean, I've got loads in other cars, but I just don't want to take them out because they're bound to that car, aren't they? So anyway, there's that one. Now this is really interesting. This is a really new speed controller. I was going to go down the hobby wing route, but I decided what are these called? Oxide 1/10 Elceram. So it's got a fully programmable LCD display on this controller, so you don't need to plug anything in, and it's 140 amps. So designed especially for 1/10 RC cars, buggies, touring, drift, etc. So these are made in the Czech Republic, and I was on an iron whether I should try one, so I thought, why not? So that's got to go in. It's not very big. I'll show you a little. I have got it out of the box before now, and it's made of metal. And yeah, I'm pleased with it. And from the reviews that I've read and people that have used it, they're quite pleased with it as well. So I suppose time will tell. But yeah, so we've got that one. That was really expensive for what it was, £180. Just to remind you, the motor is an 8.5, so that works from 6 turn upwards, which is one of the main reasons why I got that. So we've got a 6 turn that's going to be really quick. Now whether it be too quick is another matter. So let's put all this back in for a minute, so I don't need all this out. dropping things already. It's like a big magnet. I've never known where a situation where I keep dropping things. Is it? I don't know. Probably age. Right, so let's just move back to one side slightly. Now, not everything in here is for this, but we might as well do like a little package opening while we're here. A bag in a bag. Some of it's not related to the RC10T, but I've got it anyway. It's got another knife and some blades. Don't know why. I think I was using a voucher, to be honest. I've got some more scissors because I think mine was getting a bit blunt. Some Model Sport stickers because they do some really good deals for me. Well, no different to everyone else, but their service is impeccable. So this is for this car. So I bought some battery terminals and some like a plus and minus cap. Now the ones I have on the, like for example the LMP12, I've got them at like little right angles. I didn't need that for this because of the height. There's that. I've got a little, I don't know how, there's a ride height gauge here. It should work on buggies, but we'll see. It might be too high. Don't know. More stickers here, but I didn't order them. They must have just felt like putting that in there for me. Turnbuckle wrench. Now I didn't buy that for this because you can't turn these, but I don't even know what these are. That's 3.25mm. I'm pretty sure that's not that because I've got a little one for them. And this is a 2S. So a 5000 milliamp hour 2S, which should go in there quite nicely. It does come with I think that's a charge lead. Which I don't think will fit my charger because it's got a Dean's connector on it. And that one's got like an XT90 or XT60, I think, the smaller one. So unless I can change that, I suppose I could cut those off and put a smaller XT60 on it, and it'll go, because these, they're 5mm. These are 5mm, which go into here. I'm only going to plug one in. Yeah, I didn't realise it came with that. And these are, I'm not sure what they are. Some other spares. What are they for then? They're for the other end. Or if you use different ones. And I've got these as well, so I probably need to buy these. Just the caps. Anyway, you can never have enough of them. So yeah, we've got that, but should fit. It should fit in here nicely. What's that there? Oh, and some body pins. Who likes a little bit of bling? I like purple. Got a thing about purple. Right, let's see if this, how this goes on. So let's take those straps off. That's the sensor lead. I don't want to lose that. Like that. Not too bothered about which around that goes in at the moment. But it does go in there. Let's not that I wasn't expecting it not to go in there, of course, but it does. How tight are these going to go? I'm going to break them. Yeah, it does hold in there pretty well. It's quite hard actually. You don't really want to be messing around doing this on a cold day. And I know there's probably different ways you can fit that in. That's pretty good. So that goes in nicely. Now let's move. I've got no room. Don't fall off. That's going to fall off there, isn't it? So it's got obviously a few things going there. Now I have ordered some springs for this, mainly some front springs, because I think they're a little bit too hard. Now this gauge isn't going to be big enough for that, I don't think. So that might be up as one of the buggies. So this might need, I mean, the car probably does need to sit a little bit lower anyway. It's got to have the other bits and pieces put in. Speed controller, that doesn't weigh too much. Receiver, that's nothing. The body shell and the other bits and pieces, it's going to weigh it down a little bit. But this, I think, sits a bit too high. Especially the front. You need the front down a little bit lower. Now I should keep this in a bag, but I don't know, I'm a bit dubious now. I mean, it's been storage charge, but how long has it been in a storage charge? Yeah, shouldn't really keep them like that, should I? I will take it out. And this MIP tool, you can't beat a bit of MIP bling. Expensive though, aren't they? I thought they are, but you know, using up like at the time Christmas vouchers, I guess. Well, that's not Christmas. Right, that's that. Got an MIP sticker, so that is a 3.25. It's not going to fit those. Well, it does fit those. Problem is with these though, is that the ball cups are not strong enough to hold that on. And then we have got an MIP sticker, which we might have to put on the car now. Whilst I don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it. Putting stickers on is never my strength either. I'd always muck it up. Right, let's see if we can get it on the side so that it's at least straight just before that bit there. There we go. The first sponsorship. Well, it isn't because I had to pay for it. Right, that's that. Try it down there. Yeah, that's handy. I do like. Got quite a few MLP tools here. But these, the problem with these is that when you move these, it pulls. I don't want to do it. Yeah, they're just. Yeah, it just pulls that straight off. So I need a different solution, because you want to be able to adjust these when you're on the car, don't you? So anyway, good. Now that is not so good. They do other ones. I'll have to get another one as well. But firstly, I'll get this set at the height that it needs to be at. So the next task is, once I've cleared all this up, actually I could put another sticker on there, couldn't I? On this side. So, I mean, they've got these only just come out, but they've got to be cut. I don't know, have they? No, they come off. What do you reckon? A bit of bling? Or would that be better? Silver? No, I'll put gold, because there is gold on here. Let me put one of these on. You're probably thinking, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just doing what I can. Right, I know it's not, you know, team associated. It's not Otley Motorsport. And there we go. Is that on there? The second set of bling. Sponsorship that I pay for. Anyway, that'll weigh it down a bit. For that to actually work, I'm sort of going off piste here. Let's get this out. know it should be on like a, it's not even going to go on there, is it? So that would need to be, for that even to work, that's got to be that low. But that says for a buggy, but this isn't a buggy, it's a trolley, isn't it? So that's there. Yeah, well, I didn't buy it for this. It'd probably work on another car, but you can't knock. I love tools. I love things like that. Okay, what's next? What is next? I think we've got to get the speed controller's got to go in, and wiring. And yeah, speed controller, receiver, well, speed controller and wiring. I think that's the important bit. I still haven't sourced turnbuckles, the other ones which are over here. Now, out of interest, I wonder what size these are. Do you reckon they're the same? I bet you're going, yep. So these are the ones that I bought. These are really expensive. Does this fit? No. What size are they then? So it doesn't matter anyway. They fit these ones nice. Well, that fits that one really well. But this one, it's probably a different. Well, it's probably a different size. Of course, it's a different size. Right, let me have a look. Everything. We've got to move stuff out of the way. Right, this. That's even smaller. That does fit that. So that's the same. Well, it looks smaller, and it's definitely not going to fit that. So I've got this here, random. Right, so that doesn't fit. But in here, got a couple of things in here which might work. So this is a Tamiya TRF. I don't think that fits, does it? No, it doesn't fit them, but will it fit these? It probably does fit. So that will fit this nicely. But these rod ends don't fit them. I don't know what to do about that. The problem is the thread's too tight, isn't it? So I don't know what to do. There are solutions. I have to ask someone. I know someone I could ask. He does a good RC channel, so I'll probably go from there. So I think that for now could actually live in there with that, because I go my LMP12. Right, let's move this. Let's get some order. Right, let's put this back on the stand. These, so they're just purpley. Open. So these are sort of big ass body clips. Nothing spectacular, but we can put 4 in here already, can't we? That's the way around. There we go. We've got a slight kick up. There you go. It's just so that, I don't know, just looks good. When you use vouchers at Model Sport, that one's loose. You've got to use up the vouchers. You can't have a part voucher. Right, what's next? Righty-ho! Never know how to start when I break off from videos. Anyway, In today's video, I need to adjust this. Now this came with the 2S. I think I mentioned it previously. It's got a Dean's connector on, which is no good. Now I've got a lead here which I got made up from MB Models ages ago. That's a 2S lead, great, but they're 4mm, so they don't actually fit. I think they're 5 at the end there, but I don't. My understanding is they don't go in. They do go in. Oh well, that's completely changed it. I didn't even know that. What was I doing? I was putting these in, so they've been like that, but you push them the other part in. Oh, they do fit. Oh well, I won't be needing to do anything with that then. I suppose I could do it, but well, that's completely, totally changed what I was going to do. We're not doing this now. There's no need. I've got the bit here that can go on it, so I can make another lead up. But it's not needed. Well, that's really good. I'm pleased with that. I suppose what I might better do then is maybe I do still need to do some soldering. We can get like the motor and the ESC installed. That'll be the next. That's the next phase, isn't it? Now, what I am a little bit concerned with is the lead that goes from the motor, wherever it is, to there. So it's going to limit where I put the ESC. Now, as it happens, I don't know where to plug. It's the top, isn't it? So you plug it in on the top, which is handy. Now, both of these are the same. There's a little, if you look at these, the way they go in, you've got like a little ridge on top, and then the holes for the prongs. You see that? So when you look at the motor, the prongs are sort of at the lower end of the motor, so the actual prongs are sort of facing. You can see that, can you? Can't see it, can you? What am I doing? So there, so the prongs are sort of facing this face. Now my only worry is once I got this on, is of course solder. So I think the smart move is going to be not to put that on there just yet. So we've got to put, I think we need to tin these. Now it's not going to be a soldering exercise, because to set a camera up to watch me solder, I don't think it's going to be that exciting. So I'm going to tin these off the camera. I'll dig the ESC out because I've got to decide where to run the cables. I don't think running them through the rear shock tower is going to be advisable, because if you break one of these, you've got to unsolder the whole car, haven't you? So not ideal. It can run around here with I can put some plastic sheath over it, maybe, before I get them soldered, so it's got some form of protection. Yeah, so I need to do this first. Like tin all this up and get the soldering gear out, get the electronic speed controller out, and I'll be back with a little update before I actually get to work. Got the wiring in. Took longer than expected for all the soldering, so I've soldered the motor wires on. I wasn't particularly good at that, but they are on there. I'm not absolutely convinced that they're super tight on there, but it'll do for now. I've run the wiring past the shock tower, not through it, and I've put some heat shrink just to protect it, but I've not actually shrunk it on. I only could fit 2 wires through, not the 3 wires, because I didn't put a big enough sheath on there. It doesn't matter. I've got the sensor lead on, speed controllers in, and I've put the 2 wires, you know, the end caps on, which go into the battery. The plan is now to put the receiver in, bind it, plug it all in. I know the battery's on storage charge, so I'll probably just do a little bit of make sure it's active, and then probably check it's, you know, before I put it away, check it's on storage charge. So I haven't put the wiring in its final position, not yet. I'm thinking of putting the receiver, well, the receiver can only really go in one place, which is sort of here-ish in the corner. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to bind the receiver, plug it all in, and I'll come back and show you. I haven't got a pinion in yet, so I'm not really bothered. I haven't cut these off either, so again I'm not bothered at the minute, but I want to make sure that it all works as it should, and then yeah, then we'll be sort of ready to go. Not ready to go, nowhere near, and then the body shell can start being messed around with. But I don't know if you can hear that. Shit weather as usual in the UK. But anyway, let's let me just bind all this together and I'll be back. Finally got that done. It's not complete yet. Wiring is sort of, I haven't sort of pinned down the receiver, but it's in. It's not difficult to get bound. It's just not as straightforward as what perhaps a hobby wing is. But look at the steering, and the steering's incredible. It's too fast. I'm gonna have to slow it down on the what is it, the exponential, is that what it is? I need to sort that out, but I haven't done any of the settings yet. All I've done is the endpoint adjustments, so that's me turning it really slow. That's ridiculous. It is powered, but it's got no reverse, just standard settings. So it is quick. So that's that. Let me just turn it off for a second. Yeah, it's incredible. Although when you think about it, what to get to this level of electronics, the cost is more than perhaps what the truck is. So we're looking at probably, what is that, £90, is it? 90 UK pounds, so about $130 for the end motor. 188 UK pounds, so probably 240 for the electronic speed controller. 50 UK pounds, 65 US dollars for the battery. 80 UK pounds, probably 95 US dollars for the receiver. Okay, you can probably count that one out because you might take one out of another car. And the Reef servo, I think, was 124 UK pounds, So you're looking at probably 100 and nearly 150, 160 US dollars. So 100, that's 180, say 280, 330, 340, 540. In total, probably getting close to 500, 600 UK pounds on electrics. What's that? $650 US. That's everything. The car was half that, wasn't it? Well, not for me because I imported it. Wow, I must be crazy. Now I'm actually enjoying. I mean, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. So we've got to sort the front springs out. I think the back is actually not too bad. So in the next episode, episode 3, what I'm going to do then is all the wire tidying up, so get that to where it needs to be, fit this in and cut and fit the body shell, and then who knows, I mean, we've got to start thinking about painting the body shell. Yeah, so there we go. What do you think? It's an incredible piece of kit. I mean, if you go, I mean, that coupled with, I haven't got anything in this one yet. So we got that one, and we got this one here. I mean, some great. I'm going to tell you what. Well, that isn't Team Associated, is it? That one. But RC10 family. At the time of recording this video, the RC10 GT's been announced. Oh my life! I'm going to have to try and somehow get that. I've got one. I've got one here. It's an original. You can't see it, but I've got 3 others. But to have one brand new, nitro at this day and age, well, take my money again. I need to curb my spending a little bit, I think, at the minute as well. So maybe that'll be the last purchase for a while. Anyway, what do you think? Do you like what I've done? I will go over the speed controller perhaps in more detail in the next episode, because there's a ton of stuff in here, and the writing is so small. I take a picture of this in my phone and then zoom in to read it. That one's alright. We've got another sticker, some more sponsorships that I have to pay for. Elceram, maybe I have to put that on. Should I put that on the car somewhere? I don't know if it's got Oxide or Elceram. I don't know which one would look better. Actually, I've got more room on that side, I think. So we've got Otley Model Sport, and I think we'll put one of these ones on. I think, does it come out there? Let me just stick this on. Sponsorship that costs me money. You know, sticking stickers on isn't my strength. Not sure that's straight either. Actually, it is straight. It's just, it might not be quite straight though. However, it's a graphic. There we go. You're pretty go. It's not straight. I know. But you won't see it when the body shell's on, will you? Yeah, it's curved. It's sort of curved down. I tried to keep it straight with the. Well, it is straight with the bottom of the chassis. It's just the top isn't. Perhaps could have done with going up slightly higher there, but oh well. As you know, it doesn't matter. Right, I'm fiddling. Yeah, give me your thoughts. What do you think? Is it overkill? You certainly wouldn't get your money back if you sold it. Was it $400 and something? Well, you're looking at $650 for the electrics. Oh, that's without the wheels and stuff, and all the other stuff I bought for it. But $650, 789. It probably owes you well into $1,000 US, isn't it? For something that's probably not going to ever be raced. Right, at least I should be able to get it out of my local track at some point, the outdoor, but the AstroTurf track. But it's a little way off yet before we do that. But yeah, that's the end of part 2. Join me for part 3 by subscribing if you can, hit the notification bell, because in part 3, bit of wire tidy, body shell fitted, and maybe we'll go over some details on the once I've learnt a bit on the speed controller. Maybe we'll use the Reef servo software, and I'll go over that with you as well, just to see what it's at the minute. Like I said, endpoint adjustments, and it's on standard setting on the speed controller, so throttle and brake. I tried it double, no reverse at the moment. I think it's on blinky mode as well, so yeah, lovely. And I can't stop doing it. It's good, slightly soft at the front. It could be as simple as I damper oil, or we tried springs initially, messy. Yeah, I'm a bit dubious about the soldering on that motor, but we live and learn. Anyway, that's into that one. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you for on this episode anyway, part 3. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. TTFN.